It's the Summer Solstice Extravaganza, a festival unlike any other in the world. Join us for 5 days and 5 nights in the beautiful Caribbean island of Antigua. Come and full enjoy the pristine, beautiful beaches, the historical sites on the island tour. Indulge in the experience of the cannabis tour. And of course, the sunrise and the sunset hike to Green Castle Hill, the Stonehenge of the Caribbean, amongst the megaliths that align with the stars. Remember that this is an all-inclusive wellness event to include your plant-based, fully vegan meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Transportation and accommodation will be provided for, plus yoga, meditation, and chalice talk with the Honorable Priest Isaac. Plus meet and greet with family and friends and the whole Rastafari experience Antigua Tea. Join us again from the 19th to the 23rd of June for the Summer Solstice Extravaganza. To reserve your space today, visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com.
Prosperity is a herbal remedy that has been naturally designed to nourish the prostate gland. Prosperity uses a combination of leaves, roots, and barks to create a tincture designed to nourish your prostate gland. It also will assist in prostate-related issues such as erectile dysfunction, swollen prostates, and problems related to the passage of urine. Call or WhatsApp 728-8289, 728-8289 and get your bottle today. Prosperity.
Blessed love, royal family, give thanks for your presence with us once more. We glorify the life giver and the keeper of life, Negus and Nagas. Of course, Honorable Priest Isaac here with you, representing the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, of which I am proud to be an ambassador of, even to the nation of Antigua and Barbuda. Also founder of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge and co-founder of Rastafari Experience Antigua, which will be bringing you that wonderful festival talking about in June, the Summer Solstice Experience Extravaganza, which you just got a word about a moment ago. Royal family, we're going to have a wonderful sit down. I want to highlight the project that has been taking place since the 3rd of November. Save Green Castle Hill Project, Rescue Mount Anu, and I will be highlighting that around the upcoming Small Island Development States Conference that will be taking place here in Antigua from the 27th to the 30th of May. And if you do not know what I am speaking of, let me give you a highlight of that. Right now, the United Nations will be sponsoring the 4th International Conference on SIDS, which is Small Island Developing States, charting the course toward resilient prosperity. And I hope all the brothers would have ordered their bottle of prosperity. And sisters, if they're not moving, you should not wait on them. And again, this is the 27th to the 30th day of May, 2024, Antigua and Barbuda. And it says here, Small Island Developing States, SIDS, are in the crossfires of multiple crises: climate change, the economic and social repercussions of COVID-19, and a crisis of debt. The pandemic hugely impacted all island nations, especially those dependent on tourism. Global lockdowns left large holes in islands' coffers and severely set back efforts to invest in the sustainable development goals. Meanwhile, climate action is becoming increasingly urgent as weather-related disasters have doubled in 2 decades, with island nations both most vulnerable and least responsible. At this time, a great peril, at this time of great peril, opportunity must be seized. In Antigua and Barbuda in May 2024, the international community will gather to review SIDS, Sustainable Development Progress, and propose a new decade of partnership and solutions to supercharge their path to resilient prosperity. All right, so you get a good understanding of what the SIDS conference, the fourth international conference, is all about. The United Nations is committed to supporting islands in their quest for a more resilient and sustainable future. They may be geographically remote, but their problems are not theirs to face alone. And that is coming from Lee Jua, which is the Undersecretary General of Economic and Social Affairs, United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. Very good. Now, as I'm saying to you, royal family, you can see that the international community has their eyes on Antigua and Barbuda. And of course, this will be in May 2024. We are already in May, the 27th to the 30th. And it clearly highlights here that climate change, the economy, and the social repercussions of COVID-19, these are things that will be on the table for discussion. And also, they are looking at those countries which specifically depend on tourism. And of course, again, it says here, climate action is becoming increasingly urgent. And of course, all of that has to do with the development of these small islands, these small nations. Now, what I would like to do, first of all, I'm inviting everyone that is planning to come to Antigua at the end of May for this conference to book a tour with Rastafari Experience Antigua. And so you can see for yourself what is taking place on Green Castle Hill. Because if we're coming to Antigua, let's be serious now, you're coming to Anu to speak about climate change, to speak about sustainable development, to speak about prosperity. Well, we must speak about Green Castle Hill. So again, we are invited, not just via this medium here. In fact, we would have already, believe me, done our cutting and clearing. We would have already gone before and sent out our emails and what else and made our phone calls, etc., to ensure that as many individuals as possible would be aware of what we have to offer right here in Antigua and the importance of Green Castle Hill. Now, you see, this is why the project Save Green Castle Hill is so important. Rescue Mount Anu. And before I go deeper into that, let me just say again, family, for those who are wishing to book a tour with us, just visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, and you check the page Rastafari Experience Antigua, and all the information will be right there for you to see. A very simple thing. Again, you visit the website, priestisaacinstitute.com, and of course, you go straight to Rastafari Experience Antigua. You will also see the flyer of the upcoming summer solstice, which will be in June. And of course, you will be able to book a hike at any time. Summer solstice, anytime. Today, tomorrow, you feel free. We have the Eco Island tours as well. So in Antigua, we are in Rastafari Experience Antigua and the Prince Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. We are definitely, doing the work as it relates to preservation of the ecosystem, which is very important. And this is why Greencastle Hill is outstanding. So again, for those of you who may be watching this video and you may be coming to Antigua for SIDS and you have no idea what Greencastle Hill is all about, well, again, we did a short documentary entitled Anu, the Ancient City. The documentary is entitled Anu, the Ancient City. And the documentary speaks about the spiritual value of the island and, of course, Greencastle Hill. Now, just quickly, Greencastle Hill is a hill almost 600 feet in height that sits between the two specific villages, the village of Bendels and the village of Jennings. But what is outstanding about the Greencastle Hill is the megaliths that protrude out of the hill, these volcanic rocks. And megalithic sites are extremely important. And these volcanic rocks, these megaliths that protrude out of the hill on Greencastle Hill, countless of megaliths. And when we say countless, we're not saying that because it sounds good. In reality, it's more than millions. It's not a few, it's not several, it's not thousands, it's millions, more than millions, got to be the tens of millions of stones that literally protrude out of Greencastle Hill. Now, the thing is, half of Greencastle Hill is gone, or almost half, because of the destruction that has been meted out on the hill since 1963. Just think about this. And I mean, the frequency or the fight to preserve this hill is extremely deep. It's social, it's cultural, it's spiritual, it's political. You must understand this. Many things as it relates to the frequency. That's why we say join the frequency to stop the destruction. Join the frequency to stop the destruction. Well, this frequency and this fight that we have been putting on to stop the destruction of Greencastle Hill is extremely deep. It is well layered. Many aspects of it we cannot even bring to this forum here and speak about. But believe me, everything must come to the surface one day. Now, as it relates to the importance of Greencastle Hill, you look at this poster, you see the backhoe down here, and of course it would be dynamite. It took dynamite, years, decades of dynamiting to destroy and break off this whole piece of the hill. In fact, it is worse now. A next chunk would have been taken out of this sacred hill. All right, let me just highlight something here for you so you understand the importance of Greencastle Hill and how it's connected to climate change, etc. Now, many of us would have heard about telluric current, depending on how you pronounce it, because we would have spoken about that already. Now, telluric currents, and this is taken from matteroftheotherworld.com, telluric currents or earth currents are naturally occurring electric currents that flow over and beneath the surface of the earth. I want to repeat that so we understand where we are here. Telluric currents or earth currents are naturally occurring electric currents that flow over and beneath the surface of the earth, as well as across and under the sea. They are caused and influenced by many different natural occurrences and some man-made ones too. Predominantly though, through changes in the Earth's magnetic field, interactions between solar wind and magnetosphere and the magnetosphere, pardon me, the effects of solar radiation on the ionosphere above us, and also Earth's interaction with other planets. Do you understand that, family? This is deep, and all of these things are part and parcel of the creation of the telluric energy, which is a natural thing, the current itself. Now, in 1983, a study was carried out at the Rollright Stones on the Oxford-Warwickshire border by engineer Charles Brooker. Many of you would have come across that information. The study was to detect, listen to this, the study was to detect and locate magnetism at this site to determine if or how it took advantage of telluric current. I'm going to repeat that one more time. The study was to detect and locate magnetism at this site to determine if or how it took advantage of telluric current. By using a magnetometer, the results revealed a high level of electromagnetic energy being attracted to the stone circle through its man-made entrance and then proceeding to circle around inside of it, creating a vortex-like pattern within the circle, finishing at the center. So in other words, you can literally see on the artwork, the energy, the telluric energy taking place literally in the stone circle. In fact, let me give you another rendition of that. This is coming, you see it better here. In fact, let me give you what this is saying. This is invisibletemple.com. They're alive. Megalith sites are more than just stones. I want you to follow me good, and this is very important. And yes, it's connected to climate change. Yeah. It is connected to the SIDS conference. Yeah. The SIDS conference is happening right here in Antigua. Yeah. We're talking about telluric energy, you know, the power of such. In fact, many scientists are now looking into telluric energy, which will literally feed from the free energy or the clean energy to create electricity. Interesting, because I must say, those who are destroying Greencastle Hill, they also have some interest in the electrical business here in Antigua. How coincidental. I'm just telling you the truth. Eh? I'm not lying on anyone. They're alive. Megalith sites are more than just stones, this says here. This is a dolmen, you know, which is a spot where a great king or a great one was buried. And of course, we have several dolmens that I could show you on Greencastle Hill. For those of you who are coming for the summer solstice, I mean, I'm looking forward to you. And again, those of you who are coming at the end of the month for SIDS, you should book a tour, definitely, and see exactly what is taking place if you are serious. Even those of you who are coming as reporters, if you are serious about getting the true story, you're coming to Antigua, where we have one of the most unique megalithic sites in the world. And it is one of a kind in one perspective and still one of two in another category. So it's in different categories, you know, and it's in a category where it's being destroyed. And I'll be very, very straight here. It's myself and my team and a very few well-wishers that are even, you know, that have joined the frequency to stop the destruction of Greencastle Hill. But anyway, let me read this quickly here. It says here, it doesn't take much to stimulate the human body's electromagnetic circuitry. In fact, a small change in the local environment is enough to create a change in awareness. And even before I continue, because when you literally go to Green Castle Hill, I'm telling you, you can literally feel for yourself the change. Because again, the telluric energy, the electromagnetic energy, I have showed you, we would have put compasses on specific stones, and the compass just spin around and spin around and spin around. Now tell me, what do you have to say about that? That's to show you the energy that's on Green Castle Hill, the same hill they're destroying. I would have written a book, for those of you who are listening, I have written a book entitled Anu, Ancient and Modern. That also goes into the spirit of Antigua and goes into the dynamics of Green Castle Hill and a few other things. That is also on our website, Anu, Ancient and Modern. You would have to purchase the book, Anu, Ancient and Modern. But again, the video, the documentary, it's not a lecture here, the documentary, it's about 25 minutes, well put together, well entertaining documentary entitled Anu, the Ancient City. That's for free. You don't have to pay for that. Just visit the website or email us, priestisaackinstitute@gmail.com, and request the documentary, Anu, Ancient, the Ancient City. And you could purchase the book at the same time, because reading is an art that we do not want to die. You understand? So it is saying here, people who visit ancient temples, listen to this. People who visit ancient temples, megalithic sites, often describe such a sensation. The standard explanation is that such feelings are nothing more than a wow factor, the result of visual stimuli from the overwhelming impression generated by megalithic constructions such as stone circles, ancient temples, and pyramids. Now, those are megalithic constructions. Green Castle Hill is not a megalithic construction. You may have one or two, aspects of Green Castle Hill that appears as if something was done there, engineered there. But on a whole, the hill is just a natural phenomenon where you have the stones coming out of the mountain like the fever grass that grows out of the hill, out of the ground. Yes, we would have uncovered, I would say, temple ruins. There are 3 temple ruins up there that I could show you. In fact, we are the ones that uncovered it, temple ruins that are in the alignment of the belt of Orion, right there on Green Castle Hill. And again, those of you who will be visiting us for the summer solstice experience, you will have an opportunity to see this. Those of you, because it's 2 hikes, the sunrise hike and the sunset hike. So you see, during the summer solstice, there's a specific frequency that you will be getting from the hill. I mean, the hill is always giving you frequency, but on the summer solstice, the winter solstice, the spring and the fall equinoxes, you get if you want to say a climax, a surge of energy with the alignments. And then, of course, a day like today, when you have the Aquarids meteor shower sitting on the celestial equator, that's another flare of vibration and energy that is coming down to the earth. And then when you have the moon, occulting, having that conjunction with Mars, and then the day before having the conjunction with Saturn, all of these things affect the earth, affect the plants, affect the human being, affect Green Castle Hill and other megalithic sites, especially when they're natural, even those that have been made by the gods and the goddesses. You follow me good? So we need to have a specific reverence for megalithic sites. Those of us in Antigua, we have no reverence for Green Castle Hill. I mean, and we have no excuse, Maybe 20 years ago, we didn't know. But right now, Antigua cannot say it doesn't know. Believe me, if the judgment was to hit, nobody have no excuse for the pain and the anguish and the rape and the looting and the destruction of such a sacred monument. as Green Castle Hill. Let me continue to read this here. So it says here, in fact, let me read over this aspect so we can be clear. People who visit ancient temples and megalithic sites often describe such a sensation, that stimulates the human body electromagnetic circuitry. The standard explanation is that such a feeling is nothing more than a wow factor, the results of the visual stimuli from the overwhelming impression generated by megalithic constructions such as stone circles like Stonehenge, ancient temples like in Karnak, and pyramids like the pyramids of Giza. Now, this is serious, but the cumulative evidence proves otherwise, that megaliths and other ancient sacred places are actually attracting, listen to this, megaliths and ancient sacred sites, places, are actually attracting. This is what the megalithic sites, like Green Castle Hill, this is what they're doing. They are actually attracting, storing, and even generating their own energy field, creating the kind of environment where one can enter an altered state of consciousness. Now, when you hear altered state of consciousness, people start to think about drugs. No, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be no euphoria vibes neither. It's just a consciousness. Because you're in the vicinity of this dynamo, the consciousness of the environment is greater. If half of Green Castle Hill is gone, half of the consciousness of this island, where there should be a spiritual vibration going throughout the earth, is gone. Half is gone because half of the hill is gone. Half of the dynamo is gone. The evidence proves that megalithic sites and other ancient sacred places are actually attracting, storing, even generating their own energy field, creating the kind of environment where one can enter an altered state of consciousness. Altered is just the terminology being used there, but nothing is being altered. Yeah, you preach from the altar, but we're not altering it. It's not altered. It's an advanced stage of consciousness, a different level altogether. So what the next paragraph speaks of Charles Brooker, what we just mentioned in 1983, the investigation that he did, and you get a better view of it. This is the telluric energy going around that Stonehenge that he was examining. It's not Stonehenge that we know, but there are many Stonehenges. That's why Green Castle Hill is called the Stonehenge of the Caribbean, where there was a real Stonehenge. Henge really means, a Stonehenge is a circle, not just megaliths up and down the place. That's not really a Stonehenge. But there was a Stonehenge on Green Castle Hill that done blown sky high. It's gone. It has been destroyed. At the top of Green Castle Hill, there's the grave of a former Leeward Island governor from Britain. Oliver Risdale, they call him Governor Balwell. And if they continue to attack the hill, sooner or later, his grave will be gone. Well, to be honest, I mean. But we would have utilized that situation to highlight this to the then Queen of England and the then Prime Minister at the time, that your icon and hero's grave is in the part where potentially it could be totally decimated. So I would not even go too deep into that. Let me just highlight this. This is coming from Medium. Earth energies and earth mysteries. Ley lines and other earth mysteries. So when you observe the megaliths now, many megalithic sites were placed on ley lines, literally placed on ley lines. the grid of the earth. And again, this is why on Green Castle Hill, the giant megaliths that you see protruded out of the earth are, yes, connected to the ley lines too. But this is why we're highlighting that they are connected to the heavens. So those who do not understand, each and every rock and each and every stone, again, countless. Those of you who would have already visited Antigua, you would have seen for yourself, like, okay, this ain't no joke. I know I would have seen you on the YouTube and Instagram talking about Green Castle Hill and on Facebook and all of that stuff. I see the pictures you put up every time you have a hike. In fact, I would have been a part of the virtual hike that you would have done. That's another thing. You can book a virtual hike, family. You don't have to come. You can book a virtual hike. You can book a virtual hike right now. Now. Hey, I want to go up Green Castle Hill from right in my lazy boy chair. That's okay. Just book the virtual hike and it can be done. But again, not even the virtual hike can compare to when you come and you see with your eyes. Wow. I mean, and the hill is, it's much more expansive than I thought. It's a vast piece of real estate. It may not be that high. It's a hill. It's not a mountain. It's a hill. About 600 feet up in the air. I mean, a good climb. But it's vast. And all you see is rocks, megaliths. And the scientists, like myself, as a certified archaeoastronomer, would have come and done the research, and we would have said, yeah, it aligned with Sirius. It aligned with the Polaris. It aligned with the Southern Cross. We see this alignment, of course, with the solstices, and every solstice, every equinox, sunrise, sunset, I go and I do, different experiments to see where the line is and the shadow where it falls, etc., etc. All of that has to do with the telluric energy, with the harnessing of the energy, with the storing of the energy, with the releasing of the energy, and we are destroying. We are mashing up, destroying the hill and using these precious stones for aggregates up to a day like today. Now, family, the fight is strong, You don't even know. Trust me, a lot of you, if you really understood, and you should, because I think we would have explained, but to be honest, sometimes I wonder where our heart really is. Sometimes I meditate if we are explaining it properly, because any person with a real heart, anyone that has a real conscience and really comprehend the work that we are putting in and the battle that is before us, trust me, you would be contributing to literally what you see us doing here, even as it relates to the preservation of not just Green Castle Hill. I mean, come on, and so many other things on the front line. But this is serious. So this is why I am even highlighting to our brothers and sisters who will be visiting us in Antigua for the 4th annual conference on the small island developing states, and of course their sustainability and their economics and climate change and all of that stuff. I am inviting you, reporters as well. It doesn't have to be just those who will be, not just the diplomats. At least about 3,000 to 5,000 people will be coming here, between the 27th and the 30th. So I know some of you that are listening will be here as well. So you should book your hike now, because I mean, it's only for about 3 days that you may be here. And I mean, many people, I'm sure, will be booking their hikes to see exactly what we're talking about. So make sure you reserve your spot early. And then again, remember the 21st day of June, we're talking the summer solstice experience. I mean, I'm looking for all my family and friends and loved ones to come here in Antigua and spend a moment with the king. You know what I mean? Charlie's Talk, the Cannabis Tour, the Island Tour. Man, trust me, it's going to be a beautiful session for those who are coming for the summer solstice experience. And remember, man, you can book your hike anytime, your virtual hike. That's not a problem whatsoever. That can be done at your convenience, your leisure, right in the comfort of your car or wherever you may be. Yes, Royal Family, give thanks. Looking forward to your presence with us. And of course, remember the Tiger's Nest Radio and 7 p.m. this evening. The link is in the description below, and you go straight to Radio Anu, and all our links, whether it's our Cash App, PayPal, everything is in the link below. Yeah, the description. Yeah, the links are in the description. The description's in the link. Yeah. Hey, family, if you know your Bible and you do not know your history, the knowledge of your Bible will become a mystery. And remember, it takes some real eyes to realize the real lies that are amongst us. Give thanks. That's the Father. Bless it.
Are you interested in learning ancient astronomy, archaeoastronomy, or astrotheology? Well, the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge is now offering certified courses in the field of astronomy, covering all the above mentioned. Sign up now for our online courses or visit us in Antigua in the Caribbean for 7 days and 7 nights of practical underground research, plus archaeoastronomical observation on Green Castle Hill. You will learn how to identify the stars, the constellations, and the planets, as well as their makeup and their value. This will be a studycation. Enroll today by visiting our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or sending us an email, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, or search us out on TripAdvisor, the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge, Ancient Astronomy, Archaeoastronomy, and Astrotheology, the wave of the future. Prosperity is a herbal remedy that has been naturally designed to nourish the prostate gland. Prosperity uses a combination of leaves, roots, and barks to create a tincture designed to nourish your prostate gland. It also will assist in prostate-related issues such as erectile dysfunction, swollen prostates, and problems related to the passage of urine. Call or WhatsApp 728-8289, 728-8289 and get your bottle today. Prosperity.
The Tiger's Nest is a Radio Anu International exclusive program brought to you by the Honorable Priest Isaac. The Tiger's Nest is aired live every Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. local standard time. Become a subscriber through our website by visiting www.priestisaacinstitute.com and choose between our subscription plans. Or you can subscribe by using the details provided in the link below.